Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Celebrating Her Awards. It has been 9 years already that we had this wonderful idea with Kiran and Ajay and myself that we said we should start to celebrate women in the tourism industry. And well, since then, in 20 and in 21, we couldn't have a celebration, but we were having our 7th celebration today. And I'm really very honored to see all these people here and the people who are also watching through the hybrid, to the opportunity to also watch it hybridly. For us as ITB Berlin, it's very important to honor women in tourism. And we've been discussing at Ajay, if you recall, whether we should also open it up for men who are truly, and there are many men, also celebrating women to honor them. But we decided actually against it because I think men are already celebrating themselves very much. So we say, okay, it's a wonderful thing. These awards were founded. And so I just want to welcome you. I'm very happy that everyone is here. And let's see who's going to be celebrated today.
Thank you, Rika. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Debbie Flynn, and I'm the Global Travel Practice Leader for Finn Partners. And it's my pleasure to be facilitating these very special awards today, of which I've had the pleasure to attend every year so far, and also proud to say that one of our ESG leaders at Finn Partners was a recipient of the award. So I'm going to begin by inviting Ajay Prakash, who took over this year, big year for him as chair of the IIPT, to the stage to begin the proceedings. Ajay.
Thank you, Debbie. Good evening, good afternoon, rather, everybody. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Dato, for being here. We were in Sarawak a few months ago, and I'm so honored that we have a large delegation from Sarawak who's honored us with their presence today. Thank you also to some of our previous award winners who are here today. Daniela and Yaya Pedemonte, thank you for being here. Thank you to the press. Thank you to all of you, ladies and gentlemen in the tourism industry. Also a special thanks to my friend from India, Mr. Rajiv Mehra, who is the president of the Indian Association of Tour Operators, and his colleague Rajneesh. So thank you all for being here. Very briefly, let me tell you a little about IIPT. It was started in the year 1986, which was the United Nations Year of Peace, by a visionary gentleman called Dr. Louis D'Amour. And it is founded on two very, very simple but powerful premises. Number one, that tourism, I must thank Julia for being here too. I must make amends. Because we all know that tourism is a huge industry, probably one of the biggest industries in the world. So that's what it's based on, that tourism could become one of the first global peace industries. And number two, which is a very simple but a very powerful premise, that every tourist is potentially an ambassador for peace. In today's fractured world, where conflicts, we're all aware of the conflicts going on across the world, and the misery that they cause, we have the opportunity to leverage this industry that we all passionately believe in as a force for good, as a force for connecting people across boundaries. Because that's what tourism does. So there we are. That's what IIPT is. Our mission is to foster travel and tourism initiatives that bring people together. This is what we do. We encourage cooperation, collaboration. It is with other like-minded bodies. It could be the UN Tourism, as they call themselves, the WTTC, SCOL. All of these we try to work with in order to amplify the message that tourism is a force for good. That's Dr. Louis D'Amour, who founded it and was kind enough, and I'm humbled that he trusted me to hand over IIPT to me. This is another wonderful initiative that he started, which is to create global peace parks. It's a place where people could come, put aside differences, engage in activity which would spread harmony. This is something we do want to keep taking forward. Since 1986, a number of luminaries have graced IIPT events. And from the Pope to presidents to ministers, we've been blessed. This is something that we want to keep going, and we would like all of you. And this is a very simple 10 lines, the IIPT credo of the peaceful traveler. All it says that those of us who are blessed to be able to travel have a responsibility to do it sensitively, to do it responsibly. And that's what the IIPT credo of the peaceful traveler is. We try to put it out in hotels, with airlines, with travel and tour operators, and try to explain to them that there is a real benefit in passing this on to their customers, to their colleagues, to their associates. And we need the involvement of everybody over here. So, thank you for being here. I would like to quickly run through, it says the next session follows. Well, there's something that's gone wrong here. I just wanted to do a quick run through of the previous award winners, but if it doesn't work, well, it doesn't work. The IIPT awards are basically intended, as Rika said, to celebrate women. I'm sorry? There we are. It did happen. Thank you. So we'll quickly run through, these are the award winners. I was looking at the wrong monitor, sorry. So these are some of our previous award winners. The idea is to hold women up as role models for the younger generation. I mean, Dr. Talib Rifai said it very well during one of our celebrating her awards functions. He said, you need to do this, not because women are better, but because they're equal. And of course, then you have Ginger Rogers, who said, anything that a man can do, I can do better in heels. So it is, there we have one of them. She's here. Thank you again, Daniela. So the IIPT Awards for women were born out of this need, desire, passion, whatever you want to call it, to felicitate women and hold them up as role models, not only because they're successful business women, but because along with that, they also inspire other women and make them believe that nothing is impossible if you set your mind to it. So this is our last 2023, which we did as a hybrid thing. I couldn't be there, but Debbie and Daniela and Rika, together between them, ran the awards. Yaya Pedemonte is also here. Thank you, Yaya, for being here. So this is what we do. We seek your support in taking this forward, in making this a reality, that we give a special emphasis to the fact that 50% of the world's population has never got its due. And if we can do something to right that, well, that's what we're here for, and that's what you're here for, so thank you very much. Over to you, Debbie.
Thank you, Ajay. And I think, talking of role models, I would now like to invite a lady who I think is our ultimate global role model to the stage, Julia Simpson, who is the President and CEO of the World Travel and Tourism Council, to give us a keynote. Thank you, Julia.
Thank you very much, Debbie, and thank you, AJ and Rika, for a wonderful introduction. This is my very first time attending this event, and I am really impressed seeing lots of dear friends in the audience, which is wonderful. And you know, it is a real honor to be part of the International Institute of Peace and Tourism that has had a long tradition and connection with the WTTC that during my tenure I want to deepen and ensure that we're working hand in hand together. You know, just to be here in Berlin at the heart of one of the world's greatest travel expos in the company of so many inspiring women leaders and innovators is something truly special. Peace and tourism, as AJ said, are deeply connected. Travel is how we discover new worlds, new ideas. When movement is restricted, so is freedom itself, and I think all of us felt that during the pandemic. And looking at Berlin, not that long ago historically, for me anyway, this city was one of our starkest reminders of having freedom taken away and then restored. I can still remember seeing those pictures on the news when the Berlin Wall came down. It was 1989 and I was 33, so you can work out how really aged I am now. And at that moment, the world was forever changed. How remarkable, then, is the Berlin of today? Modern, outward-looking, really diverse. Travel opens up the world so fast. It's one of the things I love about this sector, seeing how inclusive and open it is, how it forces us to understand different cultures, religions, and perspectives, and how it plays a part in the Sustainable Development Goals, tackling youth unemployment and gender inequality. Globally, women make up around 40% of travel and tourism jobs, and that number is growing every day. That's something I am deeply passionate about, because work for many women in the world lifts them out of poverty, out of the informal sector, and into a formal world of bank accounts, training, and opportunity. And it's all our jobs in this room to ensure that these women are genuinely given a stepping stone to support them so that they don't stay on that very, very first rung in our sector. But progress, even though it's hot and cold, but it can never be taken for granted. The reality is that even today, too many women are barred from work, barred from society. We look at women in Afghanistan today and women in Iran, and I weep. There are also incredible stories on the other side of that, like Rwanda, where we recently held the WTTC conference, where 65% of the parliament is made up of women. And women have been put into leading positions and broken through the glass ceiling, running things like the national airline. That's Yvonne Mikolo, if you know her, Rwanda, an incredible woman. In fact, Rwanda has more women in its parliament than any other country in the world. So I think we should not just assume that these problems and developments are challenges and opportunities in the world that is developing, because there are real live issues now in the more developed world. If you look at UK, for example, childcare now is the most expensive it is in Europe. It's been the most expensive it's been in its history. Many women from particularly the lower classes, who don't have the same opportunities to education, are now giving up whole hopes of ever having a career or ever going out to work because they cannot afford the childcare or to put their child in a kindergarten. How can any country waste 50% of its talent? Despite these challenges, our environmental and social research found that globally, travel and tourism directly employed nearly 40 million female workers in 2021. When looking at indirect and wage-induced jobs, that number rises to 100 million. I'm immensely proud to work in a sector that provides jobs and opportunities for women, giving more women those opportunities to provide for themselves and their families. But we cannot stop there. We need to accelerate our efforts to support women at work. So in conclusion, gender equality and peace go hand in hand. I look at the world today and at the terrible wars, and I ask myself, what is wrong with these bloodthirsty males? And then I look at ministers like Mariana Oleskiv from the Ukraine, who's with us in the conference here, and my heart cheers her courage. And I hope that by involving more women, increasing a more inclusive society, we will be supporting a more peaceful one. And my hope is that in the future, we will see much more of this in the world. I wish you all a really, really successful session today. Thank you. Do I stay?
Thank you, Julia. Now it's time for the awards. So the clicker's not clicking. But you're going to meet the winners in real life, so we won't worry about their photographs being on the stage here. Our first award goes to Suma Venkatesh. She's the Executive Vice President of Real Estate and Development and Asset Management for Indian hotel companies. And she gets the award for inclusion, here she is, and diversity. Suma is a renowned figure in the Indian hospitality ecosystem as the only woman heading a real estate and asset management division in the country. In addition to growing her company's portfolio to over 285 hotels, she has spearheaded diversity initiatives which have achieved a 25% female workforce compared to only 18% in the entire Indian workforce. Suma, I'd like to invite you to join me on the stage, along with the Honourable Minister of Tourism for Sarawak and Andreas Larantzakis from the IIP, please. Grateful for you to present the award.
So, namaste, and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm really feeling deeply honored and humbled to stand here today in front of you and feeling very grateful to receive this recognition that's been given to women leaders in tourism and hospitality. It's truly a privilege to be acknowledged among some remarkable individuals here amongst us and who have dedicated themselves to shaping the landscape of tourism. First and foremost, I would like to thank IIPT for giving me this recognition, and I take this opportunity to commend the vision of IIPT and the various initiatives that IIPT has embarked upon to make tourism and travel one of the world's largest industry and the first true global peace industry. So thank you, IIPT. I represent IHCL, the company that owns the world's strongest hotel brand, Taj, part of the prestigious Tata Group conglomerate, and a company that was founded more than 120 years ago with the belief that society and communities are not just mere stakeholders in any business, but they are the very reason for its existence. Over the years, at IHCL, we have broken many gender stereotypes with industry-leading initiatives like we put together the South Asia's first ever all-women-led service residences in Chennai, in India, and also leveraged all women engineers to build our flagship hotel, the Ginger Hotel, in Mumbai, and so on and so forth. Our program, She Remains the Taj, is a holistic framework of women-centric initiatives, and it stands strong to reaffirm our ongoing efforts of building an equitable workspace and an equitable environment for women. I would like to specially thank Mr. Puneet Chatwal, CEO and Managing Director of IHCL. Unfortunately, he had to return to Mumbai, and he's not able to be here with us. But I really think his leadership has fostered a whole culture of inclusion and a growth mindset, and has instilled a drive for success in every individual, not just women within the organization. So this award is really an acknowledgement and testimony to the invincible potential that every woman in the company has to achieve success in whatever she does, given the right environment and the right support and encouragement. Once again, I extend my gratitude to each one of those people who have been supportive and who have been inspiring me in this wonderful journey that I have embarked upon so far, especially my family and also my team members back home, without whose support, contribution, I don't think I would have been able to achieve what I have managed to do so. So this award is not just a recognition of my accomplishments, but it's a testament to the collective efforts of countless individuals who work tirelessly to advance the cause of women in hospitality. So thank you very much, and have a wonderful evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Thank you, Suma. What an inspiring speech. Thank you so much. Now on to our next amazing lady. See, aha. Here we are. Maria Lebovic, who is the CEO and Managing Director of the National Tourism Organization of Serbia. And she receives this award for her tourism policy. Maria has spearheaded numerous initiatives and collaborations in her role, resulting in a doubling of arrivals during her leadership. I had a good read through all of your achievements, and some of my favorites, because I don't have long, were creating the Ethno Network to preserve the local craft associations, launching the Center for Sustainability as part of the Serbia Convention Bureau, plus many collaborations with neighboring destinations, such as Wild Soul of Europe, which was a combination of Soul Food Serbia and Wild Beauty Montenegro. Maria has also been a long supporter of IIPT and declared a peace park in Serbia. So winning today is absolutely well-deserved, Maria. Please join me on the stage with Dr. Badil, the Director of Tourism for the Government of Maharashtra, and Kiran Yadav.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. It is my great pleasure to be here today with you, and I want to say how grateful I am for this award. I want to thank to IIPT for recognizing the work I had up until now in tourism, but I also want to thank to all of my colleagues. I want to thank to my team, because without teamwork and our joint effort to create some great opportunities for our country, Serbia wouldn't be as successful as it is today as a tourism destination. This is of great importance for us, for our region, because you must probably know that for many years we were struggling for peace, and nowadays we became the country that is very safe and that is a destination that many international travelers are choosing to visit. And even last year was our the greatest year ever for the Serbian tourism when we had more international than domestic travelers coming to Serbia. And according to the World Tourism Organization, we had the biggest growth in income of tourism, percentage of income in tourism comparing to 2019. So we are very proud of all of these results, and this reward is just one of the ways proving that we are going into the right direction. I also want to say that this award I'm dedicating to all women in Serbia who are working in tourism, because as all over the world, in Serbia, most of the employees in tourism are women, and we do struggle for the equality, as every woman is struggling all around the world, and this is one step further toward the equality that we deserve. We are not asking for something that does not belong to us, but only to be recognized, to have what we are deserving. So in that sense, this award is for all women in Serbia who are in tourism industry. We will continue to support women. We are doing it through our different projects. You were able to hear just a part of it, and we will continue to do so whenever we are in a possibility, and we are creating those possibilities for women. So thank IIPT for this initiative. It is very important for us, and I also want to say that we will continue to be the strong partners of IIPT in Serbia. We have started doing some projects together, and hopefully in the future we will have more of those to come. So I wish all of you successful ITB, many good meetings, and hopefully many more strong women in tourism. All the best. Thank you.
Thank you. Lovely. Thank you so much, Maria. And last but absolutely not least is Adriana Kruger. She is the founder of the Tanzine Country Lodge in Limpopo province in South Africa, and her award is for her contribution to sustainable tourism. Adriana is famous as a business leader and an entrepreneur after opening her lodge, but today we recognize her exceptional work in the rural community space, where she's worked tirelessly with these local communities. Some of her initiatives include being a registered counsellor to assist women who are affected by gender-based violence. She works with disadvantaged communities to distribute food parcels and champions tourism development in these rural areas. Adriana, I'm sure people are keen to hear more about your great work, so please join me on the stage, along with our previous award winner, Daniela Wagner. Oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't click. Thank you, Ajay. Here she is. And Jurvan Popescu from IIPT.
Guten Tag, mein sehr geehrte Damen und Herren. And this morning, I hear on the radio here in Berlin, never underestimate Germany. And it was about 35 years ago that I met some friends through a cross-cultural exchange. And they introduced me to trash, the sorting of trash. And I went home, and this thing just tickled me, and that actually kick-started my journey into sustainable tourism. First of all, I want to say a huge thank you to our Honourable President Ajay Pakraj, the board and the selection committee for this prestigious award. I am really humbled to stand here before you and celebrate not only my own journey, but also of the other winners today. When I started as an in-country lodge in the year 2000, sustainability was something that nobody was talking about. I always love to say I was green before green became vogue. And green, it means not only sustainability, but it also means environmental care. But to add to that is also the upliftment of communities. As I'm living in Limpopo province, in one of the poorest provinces in South Africa, there's a lot of rural villages around me that have previously had no access to tourism. And they have so much to offer. And there are women in these villages that do the most amazing things. And I made it my job to connect these people through tourism and bring them into the economy of not only Limpopo, Zanin, but also of South Africa. I do believe that tourism has the transformation power to change the world and to foster cross-cultural exchange, what happened to me in Germany, dialogue, but also building bridges of peace and understanding. In South Africa, we have the term, I'm sure you've heard it, the term Ubuntu. And roughly translated, it means I am because you are. This means that we find humanity when we focus on those things that bind us together. By promoting peace through tourism and cross-cultural exchanges between people from diverse backgrounds, 35 years ago it was between myself and Germany, and now I can forward these favors to people around me. But through that we can foster communication and cooperation to drive positive global change. We can all make small changes so that together we can build a better future for all of us. Change challenge, but also rewards. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Adriana. I'm now going to hand back to Ajay, who has two very special extra awards for two spectacular women.
Thank you, Debbie. So these were our award winners for 2024, and each one of them is a champion. And one of the things that we have tried to do and we hope to continue doing is through these awards, build a network of powerful women who communicate with each other. Because if we can get that moving, then these awards will have served a tangible purpose instead of being just here and saying, thank you for being here. Please use the network that 26 ladies until now, 3 more today. That's a significant number. You have the power. Please communicate with each other, and please work together to make the world a better place through tourism. So coming to these 2 special jury awards that we have, they're very, very special ladies, both of them. One I have known a long time. The other, it has been my pleasure to meet very, very recently, as a matter of fact, in person today. But one's been following her work. From being an airline board member to being an advisor to the Prime Minister of the UK, to today heading an organization which brings tourism, businesses, and governments together, because both need to work hand in hand. And to use the power of tourism and the communication with governments to maximize the economic and social contributions of tourism. Here's a woman who strongly espouses what IIPT stands for, that tourism is a force for good, is a force for eliminating poverty, for healing wounds of conflict, for economic prosperity, for inclusivity in all its forms. And therefore, I would like to present this beautiful award to the superwoman of tourism, as we call her, Julia Simpson. May I invite Kiran to join me on stage? There you go, Julia.
Thank you very much, AJ. Thank you. This is really beautiful. And I think I'd like to, I don't know if people can hear me, but I'd just like to give this and say thank you to all the mothers, all the sisters, all the daughters, all the wonderful women friends, and for me in particular, all the wonderful women that support me at work. I've got Rebecca and Maribel in the audience, so thank you very much. Really grateful.
Thank you, Julie.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Oh.
So, the other person that our jury decided to formally recognize for all the support that she's given to IIPT over the years is a person I have known and I have loved for many years now. And I think many of us at IIPT have been moved by the passion that she has brought to tourism. She started out as a tourist guide in Greece, did a master's in social anthropology, did research and engagement in Iran and Malawi, and for the last 20 years has been the Commissioner for Corporate Social Responsibility for ITB Berlin. She's been a pillar for us when we started these awards, and we just really love you, Rika. Please come on stage. Rika Jean-Françoise. The award is for being a torchbearer for sustainability and inclusivity in tourism, and for being you.
Thank you. I'm very proud, I must say. I can be proud because, yeah, we have been on that journey together, and what we have built up, what we have established here at ITB, to be also a torch, that ITB is a torch for sustainability, is also because of all of you. You know, we had ideas, and I remember we talked about it when we were in London. We said, why don't we do a Celebrating Her award? And then we did it. And this is, I think this is the important thing, that we really, if we have passion, and I would tell this every young person, every young woman, whenever you have passion, you can do things, and you can move things. And then you will also have the support. Like I had the support of ITB. ITB helped me doing all this. And I had the support also of all the other really passionate people who work in our industry, and especially women. And it means a lot to me. Thank you for giving me this award. And yeah, I, as you said, I've been with ITB for 20 years, and as a commissioner for corporate social responsibility, we built all this up, but I will continue. Even if not with ITB, of course, I will have my company, and I will continue to work with all of you. And I will also continue to serve IIPT. And that's wonderful.
Thank you.
So thank you all for being so passionate. Thank you.
Thank you, Rika. That was very special too. And I'd like to now hand over to Kiran Yadan for our final vote of thanks. He is the Director of Strategy and Global Outreach for IIPT.
Hi, good evening all of you. As all good things must come to an end, today's event, we are into the last few minutes. So I would like to thank the Minister of Tourism, Sarawak, the Deputy Minister of Tourism, the Chairman of the Tourism Board, and their entire team, which is here. Thank you so much for being with us. And you know, India reciprocates in a big way. So we will do the best. And now we have the whole IIPT family to support whatever is happening at Sarawak. Julia, thank you so much for being with us today and setting the pace for new work that WTTC and IIPT can do together. And we definitely look forward to be able to meet with your challenges. Rika, as we all know, has been the initiator of these celebrating her awards at ITB. And thanks to her, it is IIPT has been able to establish and carry this on for the last 9 years. So thank you, Rika, once again. To all the award winners, past and present, congratulations, and looking forward to seeing you take this forward and empowering more women whom we can then keep on celebrating in the years to come. So thank you very much for being here, and congratulations. Mr. Rajiv Mehra, so my colleagues from IIPT from all the world over, thank you for being here and helping us to celebrate something that needs to be truly celebrated. I thank Thomas and Udo, the technical team from ITB Berlin, for being able to make things happen at such short notice. Thank you. Let's now start working, because as this year ends, and we now look forward to 2025, and we look forward to the journey that the whole world is going through. And as in India, we say the whole world is one family, one future, and therefore it has to be one focus in terms of how we work together. So thank you all for being here. We start preparations for our Celebrating Her Awards 2025, and as Rika says, we are not in a great hurry to let some of the men get into these awards right now, but surely and definitely we'll look at it. And thank you all for being here. Have a safe flight back. Have a good ITB, and see you soon back again in 2025. Thank you.
Thank you, Kiran. Fabulous. And just before we sign off, could the award winners all come up to stage for a photograph, please? Thank you.